Slusher, Peter Wayne, Lee Garber, Wayne Larkins, and Steve Breheny, the starting five out there for the juniors. Mike Mackay, Darryl Pearce, Mark Davis, Al Green, and Big Bill Jones, the starting five for the 36ers.
And so the two officials for tonight's game, both from Adelaide, Ian Turner and Terry Buss. In fact, it's Ian Turner with the ball at the moment to get this game underway. It's Adelaide 36ers of the all-white. Immediately Darryl Pearce launching the 36ers into offense. The turnaround shot is Jones. He can't open the scoring. Some strong battling going on under the bucket there. But it's a white ball to continue that offensive onslaught in the opening minute of this first term. Jones trying to dump it away to Green. Pulled it back again. Now back for Al Green. He attempts a three-point shot. And that's a very handy way for Al Green to start, Len.
Al Green has been in superb form for the West End 36ers, and with a three-point start, he looks to be in great confidence as well tonight.
So Peter Wayne. Larkins. That's Garber. Played it inside for Slusher. Now Breheny. And Steve Breheny opens the scoring for the Pumas. Well, Mike Slusher and Breheny are two players out there that can't be underestimated tonight.
No, Mike Slusher very offensive from about 10-15 feet from the basket, and if the ball goes inside, he's going to hit a great percentage of his points. And of course Steve Breheny, no slouch here on the floor at Apollo, played here many times as a great offensive scorer for the Pumas, and I think we can see a big scorer from him tonight.
Well, a beautiful assist that time from Breheny for Garber to open his scoring for tonight. And it's 4 points to 3 with St Kilda in the lead. Pearce attempts or thought about the three-pointer, had a look at the line again. His shot's not on target, and it's pulled down defensively by Larkins, who immediately puts St Kilda on the offensive break. And again, it's Green who comes away with it. And in fact, Garber concedes the first team foul. So it's the Adelaide 36ers again, through Pearce.
And St Kilda playing a 2-1-2 zone, and it's a brave team that plays a zone defence against the 36ers because there's so many people that can shoot from outside.
There's the shot up by Mackay. Davis with the rebound, and it's Peter Wayne who concedes the foul.
Peter Wayne, first personal, second team foul for Converse Saints.
So the inbounds pass through Mackay for Al Green. He immediately finds Pearce with a turnaround shot. Well, they're not afraid of putting up the shot from outside.
No, as I said, the defence is in a zone. There's plenty of room for them to take the shot, and perhaps with only a few minutes into this first quarter, they should throw the ball around a little bit, get a bit of a feel for the ball. But certainly with Bill Jones and Davis on the offensive boards, the shooters aren't frightened to put that shot up.
Well, Peter Wayne says he'll have a shot from outside and another three-pointer. So it's the St Kilda side in the lead 7-3 and a chance to go to 9-3 as Larkins comes through to score his first two-pointer of the night. So 4 of the starting 5 have hit the statistician's score sheet, Lynn.
And what a lovely little steal that was from Wayne Larkins, and that's typical of what we've come to expect over the years from the St Kilda team. These hustling little guards, and they'll score a lot of steals and a lot of baskets from just hustling up their defence down the floor.
Well, they've gone to a 6-point lead. They lead by 9 points to 3 early in this first term. In fact, we've got 9.5 minutes remaining to quarter time. Garber, his shot's not on target. It's pulled down with a great deal of determination from Mark Davis. Al Green. Davis, he attempts the shot, and he started pretty confidently as well.
Mark Davis leading the league in rebounding. He's very strong on the boards.
So it's 9-5 with St Kilda in the lead. Garber. Breheny, the screen was set up by Garber, but there's been a play off the ball. In fact, the foul conceded by Mackay. So that's his first personal foul. It's 9-5, the Pumas in the lead. Garber dumped it inside for Breheny. Back for Garber. The turnaround shot is Breheny. pulled down defensively by Jones and got the outlet pass to Pearce, then turned for Mark Davis. He attempts the shot first time. That's his 4th point of the first term so far. That's the danger of the 36ers on that fast break. Larkins inside for Breheny. Garber. No, not successful. Taken down by Davis, and now for Pearce. Well, that shot was never on, Lynn. Certainly no percentage there at all.
No, the last 3 shots that Daryl Pearce has taken have not been good shots. He hasn't been on balance.
Well, Mike Mackay is, and it's come back to 9 apiece. Garber through the fake, found Breheny. Good defence by Mackay, and that's forced the error there from the St Kilda offence. Oh, great play by Green. He's a skillful player and the crowd love him here, Lynn.
Lovely athlete is our Green. Got a beautiful spin turn, turns on 5 cent piece. But let's just have a look at what's happening at the other end of the floor. St Kilda come down and they're putting up their shot, and no one's going to the offensive boards, which is making it relatively easy for the 36ers to bring the ball into offence quickly.
Well, there's a classic example of that as another turnover as Green comes away with it for the 36ers. From outside, not successful. Rebound by Jones. Quick hands for Davis. And St Kilda come up with possession.
That's Wayne Larkin's hands again.
He's the smallest man out there, but he's certainly making an impact. Green. Great play by the 36ers. And Daryl Pearce finally gets one to go in the hole.
And Daryl was nicely balanced, stopped, took his time, and when Daryl has a bit of time to make the shot, he's going to hit a very high percentage. And
so after leading by 3 points to 0 with that 3-pointer by Al Green, the 36ers are back in the lead after trailing at one stage by 9 points to 3. It's 11-9 with the 36ers enjoying that 2-point margin. Mackay tries to extend it to 4, but his shot is short. Davis with the rebound, and Mike Slusher pulls down the defensive rebound. So Larkins brings the ball up over halfway. And they've got another little guard on the bench too in Dibertina, about the same size as Larkins, Lynn. And what a great all-rounder he is. He's also one of Australia's leading players in the championship cricket.
And the St Kilda offence looks to be throw the ball inside to Breheny for that turnaround jump shot.
Mackay, quick hands, inside for Jones, turned nicely, and put away for 2 points.
And that's Phil Jones' strong point. Throw the ball in the low post, a nice little spin off the glass.
So it's 13-9, the 36ers in the lead. Timeout called on the Adelaide bench.
Picking them apart like that with that little stuff inside, BJ. He can't do anything about you, Slusher. You know, Billy can turn and take that little jump. So any time Al can just tip the ball in there, he just turns and takes a shot, and Mark just spin and goes straight to the ring. Good job, Michael. Keep at him down there. Don't let him, when he passes that ball off.
36ers coach,
what I'm saying is let's use some time, get loose, get yourself balanced, all right? And use the 20 seconds to get into it.
And
the other thing, fellas, is defensively, our transition, 3 guys, the second 3 guys bust back harder. We're getting
once the pride of Australian basketball.
We're getting the second guy back, but the 3 guys just pace themselves back. You get a sprint back. And the third thing is, fellas, defensively on the board, it's going to be tougher. They've still got, they won't hit us from outside, but we're going to get 5 guys inside, all right?
They take that outside shot, make it
So despite that 4-point lead by the Adelaide 36ers, are in fact only shooting 38% to St Kilda's 40 in this first term. Peter Wade, Garber. Well, that doesn't help their shooting percentage. Long outlet pass. You see the confidence in this side. They really have started to come together at the right time, Lynn.
Yes, they're the complete team. They've got lots of people that are able to shoot from outside. Mike Mackay, we can see, is able to put the ball in the hole. He's been starting really well and could well be Rookie of the Year. And then with the athletic skills of our Green and the strength of Jones and Davis on the boards, they really are a nice, compact unit.
Breheny got the rebound but couldn't put it in the hole. And that's a white ball. Slusher couldn't intercept. Green with control. Closed down by Larkins. Jones for Pearce. Quick hands for Mackay. Darryl Pearce putting plenty of shots up. Look at that great offensive rebounding by the 36ers. And they've drawn the foul on Mike Slusher.
And Bill Jones took that first offensive rebound and had to shake off a few arms as he went up for the shot. Davis grabbed his 7th rebound, put the ball in the hole, was fouled, and goes to the line for the bonus shot.
So Mark Davis with 7 points. It's 18-9. The 36ers in the lead. And if we're talking about Mike Mackay threatening the NBL Rookie of the Year award, if they had one for the find of the year, I think it'd have to be very close to being Mark Davis, Lynn.
Mark Davis is arguably the strongest man playing in the league. I'm told that when he sets a screen, the defensive player feels as if he's running into a brick wall and Davis doesn't move. But certainly he's been doing a great job for the Sixers on the boards.
So Green bringing the ball up over halfway. His side in the lead by 9 points. At one stage they trail by 6. Pearce. Mackay. 1 foot on the line but puts the 2 points away. That gives him 6 points in the first term as the 36ers bring up their 20th point.
And the St Kilda defence not working all that hard. But a lovely little handoff there.
So Bill Jones leaving the court after picking up his 2nd personal foul. Peter Alley comes on. And Mike Slusher goes to the line. Well, that's one problem in the Adelaide camp. If Bill Jones does fall into early foul trouble, he's already accrued 2. Mike Slusher can very well come into his own game, Lynn.
Yeah. Mike Slusher hasn't seen a lot of the ball as yet. Perhaps could have been from the intimidation of Jones, but if the ball goes inside the Slusher, he's able to put the ball in the hole, and he's got a lot of offensive moves.
Darryl Pearce, a 3-point attempt. That time he's found the hole for his 5th point. It's 23-10, Adelaide in the lead. Garber. Breheny. Well, certainly not on target tonight as Pearce. Comes away. Laid it off for Green. Through the fake. Great play, Al Green.
Well, that was the classic 3-on-2 fast break, and Darryl Pearce waited till Green was free, and then Green made his own opportunity underneath.
Slusher for Larkins. Closed down by Pearce. That's Garber. Breheny looking it up and inside for Larkins. Goes for Garber. Gee, it just won't go in for Garber tonight. Mackay. Green through the fake. St Kilda, in fact, have missed their last 9 shots from the floor. And they trail 25-10, make that 27-10 and a chance of going to 28 points to 10.
And the charging foul.
That was a charging foul on Mike Mackay, but what a great second effort. He was able to pick up the rebound and then go hard to the basket. The referee said that it was a charge, but the points count.
Game replacing number 12, Lee Garber.
So Lee Garber off the court. Captain Dean Templeton coming on for the St Kilda Pumas. That's him in possession at the moment. And he's been around since Father Time, I think, Lynn.
Well, I can remember Dean playing when I was playing, so that goes back many years. But Dean Templeton's certainly a very aggressive player, and his aggression could be just what the St Kilda side need.
Well, the crowd tells the story of the appreciation of that move by the 36ers as Mark Davis hits his 9th point. It's 29-10. Well, that's the 11th shot in a row missed. But finally tied it up by Slusher for his first 2-pointer. Pearce. Dumped it off beautifully for Mackay. And another 2-pointer. So he's hit his 10th point. Another timeout call with 2:14 remaining to quarter time. It's 31-12 with the 36ers in the lead.
Okay, you got Slusher inside. Who are you guys? Okay, switch up. You go to Breheny and you go to Templeton, okay? Dazzy, you're right with the man. You got Peter Wayne. Keep pushing down the floor. Keep pushing down the floor. The one over here that Mark held up was real smart play. Held the ball back, we move the ball and we get a real good quality shot.
Second thing is, back here I said I want us to be as ruthless as we can underneath, all right? They've probably scored 10 or 12 points from second shots. I don't care how we stop them in there, fellas. It's by boxing out, it's by pushing and shoving. I'd rather you guys get fouls and fouled out.
Offense and runner offense. Nothing remotely careless. Be sharp with everything we do. Keep moving the ball. Mark and go to the line. And Pete, you're in the feeder spot if it's a man-to-man, okay? Have a look and send the cut through, Al.
Let's go, fellas.
So some tremendous work being done on the boards by the Adelaide 36ers. 19 rebounds to St Kilda 7, and that really tells the story, Lynn.
Yes, the Sixers are able to run into their fast break, and that's reflected in their shooting percentages, which has increased from 38 to 53. But I think it's also fair to say that people like Peter Eli and Mark Davis really blocked their players out. Although on that occasion Slusher was able to run past Davis and pick it up. But that's the reason that they're controlling the boards. They're such good rebounders, but they don't compete with their player. They block him out and make it a lot easier.
31-14 is Templeton. Larkin, Slusher. Oh, gee, the easy layups missed by Mike Slusher. So a minute 31 remaining. Green won't miss.
And they're the ones that hurt. So it should have been a certain 2 points. All of a sudden the basket's missed. The 36ers come off the board, screen down the other end and lay the ball up. And really that's a 4-point play.
The 36ers lead by 19. So once again, foul call on Mark Davis. Here it comes again in replay.
I think Peter Wayne takes the drive underneath. Mark Davis realised that he couldn't really block the shot, so he was going to make it hurt for Peter Wayne and perhaps intimidate him for the next time that he takes that drive to the basket.
So Peter Wayne scores his 4th point. And his team's 16th point has now been registered. They trail 33 points to 16. With a minute and 9 seconds remaining to quarter time. Darryl Pearce, Green, Mackay, pulled out by Slusher, looking for the outlet pass for Larkins. He brings it quickly up over halfway, found Wayne on the left, he put the shot up, and he's successful. So it's 33-18. Peter Wayne has now shot his 7th point. Al Green with the hook shot. What can you say?
Well, that's just a superb individual effort. Three players guarding him. He throws the ball down into the middle up with that strong left-hand hook shot. He's got such a big step, and he's able to get away from the defence with that step.
So it's 35-18. The 36ers in the lead into the final 23 seconds of this first term. And that's against Peter Ally.
Foul, call on number 8, Peter Ally. First personal foul.
So 36ers coach Ken Cole looks on. His side well in control of this first term. As Steve Breheny goes to the line. Not successful. They won't get the bonus. Ally pulls down the rebound. Darryl Pearce, you may have seen, said time for one shot. They've got 13 seconds to attempt it. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's from outside that 3-point line as well, Lynn.
No, I think they've got the opportunity to throw the ball around and get nice and balanced. There's Darryl Pearce.
But there's the great rebounding. Mackay, but the Hooters sounded before the ball went in the hole, so it's 35-18. The 36ers lead at quarter time.
Gee, I would have thought that score should have counted.
Yeah, I thought it would have too.
5 points to Mike Slusher, 7 points to number 15, Peter Wayne. 9 points.
The game's not reaching any great heights at this stage, is it? Fairly dull sort of affair.
We're not working particularly hard at. We're trying, but we're not working really hard at it. Fellas, the boxing out down there.
So So the 36ers, aided by a 53% shooting performance in that first term, lead 35 points to 18 as the second period gets underway. We notice that Ray Wood is on the court. It's a pretty handy play to bring off the bench too, Lynn.
Oh, Ray Wood's just a great player. He's able to control the offensive movement. He can shoot from outside. He plays great defence. In fact, he was Defensive Player of the Year for the NBL a few years ago. And he's certainly a great asset to the West End 36ers team.
And now for Garber, he's back on the court. Drove all the way for the 2 points, but he really hasn't shot well tonight. He's got the offensive rebound. Still can't put it in the hole, and it's Davis. Not only pulls down the defensive rebound, but got a very brisk outlet pass to Ray Wood. That's a foul against Larkins. So it will be an Adelaide ball from the side.
It must be terribly intimidating for the St Kilda shooters to have Jones and Davis with their arms so high above the ring, ready to swat the shot.
Pearce for Wood. Quick hands for Green. Looking to dump it inside to Jones. Pearce puts the shot up. Look at that rebounding of Davis. He's just an unbelievable player.
Makes great offensive position under the boards. In fact, he makes great position all over the floor. And he's just so strong, he's able to push and shove a little bit and get himself in great position to be able to take that rebound.
Slusher wasn't well balanced when he attempted that shot. Pearce kept the ball in play. Wood got the outlet pass to Green. So the 36ers come roaring back. Davis pivoted beautifully.
Well, that was nearly carrying the ball, I would have thought, but referee didn't think so, and he was able to spin and just off that glass, bank nice little touch shot from about 6 to 10 feet away. He's so accurate.
And he scored his 13th point. Garber, that just won't go in for him tonight. Pearce, Green. It's 39-18, the 36ers in the lead. Where's the question mark is right around Australia. Are the 36ers on target for the NBL title in 85? Their form of recent weeks would be enough to suggest that.
And that man, Al Green, the beautiful pass inside, and look at that spin. There he goes with that big step around the defensive player and up. He's fouled, and he would have been disappointed that he didn't actually make the basket, even though he was fouled. But he's so strong in that low post area.
That's the 40th point registered for the 36ers. Al Green brings up his 10th and a chance now of his 11th. And he's done just that. So it's 41 points to 18. And the 36ers really taking command of this match against St Kilda. They came here after their loss last night against Perth, 110-95. And really, as we look back over the 85 season, Lynn, how many sides have gone, had the tough match against Perth, and then had to face the awesome outfit at Adelaide the following night?
Well, it certainly wouldn't be a road trip that a lot of the teams would look forward to, because not only is it the time in the air, but it's also knowing that you have to face this awesome West End 36ers lineup after you get off that the plane.
So as we look at this in replay here with this foul coming up, 51% the shooting performance of the Adelaide 36ers to 25 by St Kilda. As Garber goes to the line. He's only shot 2 points so far after averaging 40 in the matches last weekend against Geelong and Melbourne. So he wouldn't be at all impressed with the way that he's performed out there tonight.
Yes, and it's the same old story. Once you're not hitting, and all of a sudden you've got people like Jones and Davis grabbing those defensive rebounds, it must make you a little bit tentative to put the shot up, knowing full well that the other team's going to come down and probably score at the other end.
Well, conversely, the 36ers have got the great ability to put it up from anywhere, then knowing that it's going to be pulled down offensively by either Davis or Jones.
That's right, and the Sixers are certainly leading in the rebounding duels.
In fact, they're leading 26-12 in the rebound. Green with the intercept, turned beautifully. Beautiful pass for Wood. Gee, that's a great build-up. But unfortunately, they couldn't convert the two-pointer.
And St Kilda are going to have to do something about their defence. They can't just sit back in that zone and let the Sixers throw the ball around, get the good shot and score as easily as they are.
Ball laid off for Peter Wayne, and he finally hits the ring. 43-24, midway through this second period. Green. Wood attempts the shot. And that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yes, Ray Wood is just so accurate out there that the zone won't come out and get him. Okay, he's just going to stand back at that three-point line and put the ball in the hole.
Foul number 4, Darryl Pearce. Second personal. Just a technical question going on here at the bench regarding the last shot.
Was that a three-pointer from Wood? Only a two, wasn't it?
I didn't see the referee's call, but from where I sat, I thought he shot it from behind the line.
2 points.
So the inbounds pass for Garber. Now Breheny. Well, Peter Wayne wasn't expecting that. And Adelaide come away with it again. Look at Davis just controlling the tempo there. Wood trying to dump it back inside for Mark Davis. There appears total confusion in this St Kilda defence, but it's pretty understandable. 15th point for Mark Davis.
And the Sixers shooters know full well that if they don't make that basket, they've got Davis underneath to pick up the crumbs.
Mark Davis has pulled out 11 rebounds and scored 15 points, and that's not a bad performance at this stage of the match, Len.
No, that's a great performance, and he's just such a superb all-round player.
So holding foul.
Number 14, Bill Jones.
On Bill Jones, that's his third personal foul.
Mike McKay and Peter Adelaide taking the ball down here, and 14, Bill Jones.
Ken Cole brings Jones and Pearce off the floor, applauds their efforts, but there's no relief because on comes Peter Adelaide and Mike McKay. Breheny with the turnaround shot. He'll go to the line as Ray Wood picks up his first personal.
And certainly some very ticky touchwood fouls being called by referee and Turner. I'd venture to say that this game is not very physical at all, and some of the calls appear to be a little bit unnecessary from where I'm sitting.
Well, Steve Breheny can't capitalise on the infringement by Ray Wood by not converting that first attempt. He's put his second one away. So it's 47-25. The 36 is in complete control. Wood. McKay. Pulled down defensively by Wayne. Now Larkins, in turn Steve Breheny. Now I'll tell you this situation that Coach Ken Cole would be impressing on his players at half-time that they must come out and kill St Kilda off. Because games leading up to the playoffs like this is so terribly important as far as really developing the team morale and knowing that you can kill a side off it.
Yes, it's very important to maintain that discipline and the drive and to just keep going at it and at it and at it, and you can't afford to sit back and take the easy way out, take the bad shot, not work hard on defence, and as you say, Ken Cole would be quite aware of the fact that he's got to home-tune his players for the finals.
Green puts the left-handed shot up, and the crowd tell the story that he found the hole. 15 points for Al Green. He's been averaging 31 a game in 85, and I think his all-round effort in the National League, Lynn, is in excess of 30, and that really is an outstanding performance.
Yes, Al Green really has become the complete player this season. Certainly there's no criticism of him from being a one-man band because his assists have been superb, his rebounding's great, and of course the spins and the athletic prowess that he has certainly brings the crowd to their feet.
So Peter Wayne goes to the line. His side trailing 49-27, and nothing is going right. Well, that time Garber got the rebound and put the 2 points away. That gives him 8 points.
And that's the thing that Ken Cole would not be happy about, because none of the 36ers went to that defensive board.
Ray Wood through the fake, attempted the three-pointer, it was short. Well, Mike McKay came down very, very solidly indeed.
I think the foul's been called on the St Kilda player, but up went Mike Mackay and came down very heavily, and perhaps just an accidental clash of arms or a little bit of pushing, but there didn't appear to be very much physical contact there.
So as a result, it's a white ball from the side. Wood. Davis. Just look how dominating he is. He lost possession and then got it back. That is the sign of a class player.
Yeah, it's very strong. The ball was sort of hacked out of his arms. He sort of saw the ball on the ground and said, well, there's no foul going to be called. I'll just pick up the crumbs and score the basket.
The arms came out like rubber too, like rubber extensions, the way that he picked it up. And now the 36 is on the move again. Al Green. What an awesome sight that'd be coming towards you.
And that's when they look strong. There's the classic fast break. The other players fill the lanes. The defence didn't come, so Green just says, well, I'll put up the 10-foot jump shot.
So in this quarter alone, the 36 is shooting 50% to St Kilda's 40. 36 is in the lead by 53 to 29.
Now that, I think, is a terrible call, because Raywood played great defence there, and you'll see that he just stays between him and his man in the basket, and young Larkin gets that step in front, so Raywood just took a step back to allow him to go to the basket, but referee Ian Turner was quick to anticipate what he thought would be a foul, and Raywood was penalised.
And that's prompted a timeout, with the 36ers leading 53 to 29.
All right, fellas, we've had a lot of shots that we've missed that will drop as we keep going. They'll come, fellas. All right, defensively, we had a couple of good rebounds as well. They've knocked out our hands, put it back in. Fellas, we've had nothing. Fellas, we've had
And give them nothing. Give them nothing back. Get 5 men on that defensive board every time. Cram it in and get on the boards, okay? And protect yourselves. Come on, let's play hard against these guys. Let's go.
back to 18 by
Come
the
on,
half.
fellas.
18 by the half.
Let's go.
And so as Wayne Larkin goes to the line, not only are the 36ers leading 53 to 29, but they're out rebounding St Kilda with a tune of 29 to 17. Academy gets the ball to go into the free throw line. Larkin finally gets his third point of the match, but it's 53 points to 30 with the home team in the lead. 4:52 remaining to half-time. Al Green. Beautiful pass for Davis. That was a brilliant play, but unfortunately they couldn't capitalise on it.
And that's why the zone defence is really difficult, because, as I said earlier, not only can all the 36ers shoot from outside, but they've got such great passing ability, and the guys just make the offensive forwards for the 36ers make such good position, and people that can pass the ball like Green and Wood are just going to make it incredibly difficult to contain this team with a zone defence.
Well, exactly what you're talking about as Green comes in the back door here. What a great strength by this man. There goes the head up for the 2 points, and he'll go to the line for the bonus.
He is just so strong in that low post area. He loves to get in there, and he's got such a huge variation of moves that he must be a nightmare for any defensive player that happens to get caught down there.
So Steve Breheny scores his 5th point. So the turnovers, Kilda 5, Adelaide 3. That's indicating the number of times those teams have lost possession. .58-32, 4 minutes remaining to half-time. Mike Slusher.
And if the 36ers do have a weakness, it's been in the amount of turnovers that they've had, trying to force the fast break. But, of course, tonight, at this stage of the game, with only nearly 4 minutes remaining to half-time, there's only been 3 turnovers, so Coach Ken Cole will be fairly pleased with that.
One and one at the line. Lee Lee Garber.
So to the line goes Lee Garber. Side trailing 58 to 32.
And he's certainly not shooting with confidence, and he doesn't look like a man that scored 40 points on his last 2 outings.
Spot on there with that comment, Lynn, but he's put 2 away to give him 10 points for the match. But it's a 24-point break by the 36ers. Expect more to come from them. Ray Wood, Darryl Pearce, Green, Ray Wood, beautiful pass for Davis. The turnaround shot off the glass. 19 points for Mark Davis. So we have Dimatina on in 7. That's him in possession of the ball at the moment. And he immediately comes on and scores. So Ray Wood. Pass for Ally. And St Kilda ball. I thought Mike Slusher got a bit of a touch of that.
Yes, he did, but I think he pushed that ball back onto Peter Ally, who would have been a little bit disappointed that he wasn't able to hold on to it. But it was a pretty tough pass, but Ray Wood could have pulled that one off. And once again, Mike Slusher intimidated by Davis.
Yes. Continues the great shooting by the 36ers there. Percentage from the floor of 58 so far in this first half. Kilda has shot only 45% from the floor, and they trail 62 to 36. Breheny, that's not on target, and again the dominant figure of Mark Davis.
I'd like to see a bit of change in the offensive setup of St Kilda. I'd like to see Mike Slusher come into the foul line there, into the high post, because he is a big threat from that area, and he's not getting the ball down in the low post area. And perhaps Steve Breheny come out as a forward, because he really can score from that 15, 20 feet out.
So another foul on Dean Templeton as Al Green goes to the line. He scored 19 points so far, and he's just turned that into 20. As the 36ers go to a 62 to 36 lead. In fact, 63-36. Slusher pulling down the rebound, finds Dimatina, who in turn finds Garber. Dropped it inside for Breheny. Dimatina, busy little guard. Back for Templeton, in turn for Garber. He calls Dimatina back into the play again. Templeton looking to dump inside for Slusher. He finds Garber on the turnaround shot. But again, his accuracy not equal to the occasion. Oh, great play from Wood and Green. Screen set up by Ally, but the shot short. Green regains possession. 2 minutes remaining to half-time. Pearce with a quick pass for Wood. Slusher pulls it down. Bit of difficulty getting the outlet pass for Templeton. So Garber with the 2 to make it 63-38. Ally. Pearce, 3-point attempt. Needless to say, it goes in. 10 points for the match for Darryl Pearce. A minute 30 remaining. It's 66 to 38. The 36ers in the lead. Dimatina. Dean Templeton. Garber drove all the way for 2.
Garber certainly looking a lot more offensive on his last couple of outings down the floor.
Pearce. Al Green. Back for Pearce. Ray Wood. He's not gun shy with a 3-point attempt, but it finally came back in. Templeton. This time he tried to dump inside. Fortuitous bounce for Dimatina. So that really is a bonus 2-pointer. 69-42. The Adelaide team holding that advantage. Pearce. Jones. In fact, Davis. Who else for another 2?
Lovely deep offensive rebound by Davis. That's his 15th rebound for the game, and just superb effort underneath the boards.
21 points as well, Lynn. And it's 71-42. Adelaide in control. The tip in by Steve Breheny. That gives him 7 points. Ray Wood brings it up with 4 seconds remaining. What a way to finish the half. A great three-pointer. Let's have a look at that again in replay. Ray Wood says, let's go in and have a break with a 74-44 lead.
That was a hell of a shot.
Wasn't it what?
Actually, Coley was just about...
As we pick up play in the second half, the scoreline 74-44 in favour of the Adelaide 36ers. 60% from the floor. The 36ers have shot in the first half, 34 rebounds, while the Adelaide Puma, the St Kilda Pumas, 34% from the floor and only 21 rebounds. So it really has been a match dominated in the first half by the Adelaide 36ers. And then I suppose going into the match, that's rather predictable.
Yes, now Green hits another one from outside, and that's also been the story. The St Kilda zone defence hasn't been extended, and the 36ers have got such great shooters to be able to score from outside. And on the rare occasions where we've seen the defence come right out to the shooters, the pass has been able to go inside, and there's been a lot of damage done by Mark Davis and Bill Jones inside.
So Garber, big reject at 5. As the shot looked as though it was well on target.
And that's the sort of thing that is intimidating the St Kilda shooters. They know that they've got to be right on target, or Bill Jones and Mark Davis are just going to grab that rebound and run the 36ers into their fast break offence.
Larkins for Breheny. Back for Garber, who turned for Peter Wayne. He attempts a shot from outside. And it's the 36ers that come away with possession. Mackay for Davis, quick hands for Al Green. And that characteristic left-handed shot.
And that's the classic fast break, a 3-on-1, fill the lanes, pass the ball and let somebody that's uncontested get that easy shot away. And Al Green won't miss when he hasn't got somebody hanging on his arm.
Breheny laid it off for Slusher, and Mike Slusher scores his 7th point of the match so far. It's 78-46, the 36ers with that good advantage.
And Slusher has to see more of the ball for St Kilda if they're going to have any chance to reduce this big deficit.
Mike Mackay hits another three-pointer, 15 points for Mackay. Larkins. Garber found Peter Wade, drove all the way. Jones tried to pull down the rebound, but that's a St Kilda ball from the side. Garber dumped it inside for Slusher. St Kilda very slow and deliberate in their build-up. And again, that big arm of Mark Davis goes up to pull down the rebound. Jones can't keep it in court. So with just over 2 minutes gone since half-time, 16 rebounds and 21 points for Mark Davis. That's, I think most blokes would be pretty happy with that at the end of the 48 minutes lead, wouldn't they?
Yes, they would. And Mark Davis is just going to keep breaking the record books as far as his rebounding skills are concerned.
Well, that's given away by Jones for Larkins on the fast break. Green came back in defence. Breheny went up for the layup and missed it. Picked it up second time and put it away. 9 points for Steve Breheny. That's well short. Air ball that time from Davis.
That was a bad shot on that occasion from Mark Davis.
Mackay lifts it up over halfway. Tried to find Davis, but Slusher comes back in possession for St Kilda. Larkins. And finally, it's Peter Wayne that hits his double figures for the match. 11 points for Peter Wayne. It's 81-50. Adelaide in the lead. Darryl Pearce. Al Green. Pearce, quick hands. Good play by the 36ers and finished off by Mark Davis. Garber with a layup for 2 more. That gives him 16 points. But the 36ers in the lead, 83-52. Mackay, Pearce, showed clean pair of heels and came in the back door for 2 more.
Certainly this St Kilda team has the same characteristics that we've come to expect from them over the years, with a couple of hustling guards and a good shooting centre player and an accurate shooting forward. But one thing that this team does lack over teams of the past, and that is in its aggression. And I must confess, I'm somewhat surprised that this St Kilda team hasn't come out with the same vigour and fire that we've come to expect from the St Kilda teams over the years.
Well, I suppose with all hopes of any title bid in 85, it's probably very hard to lift themselves at this stage of the season. But it's been a club rich in tradition and rich in success. We remember the early years of the National Basketball League, where they completely dominated those first 3 years.
And in fact, they still dominate the league with their coaching personnel from days of that time, with the 36ers coach Ken Cole leading the St Kilda team during those halcyon years. And of course Brian Curl up in Brisbane, and we see one of Australia's favourite sons, Andrej Lemanis, former South Australian player and St Kilda player, now in charge here. And here's a bit of aggression as Wayne Larkin, isn't it? Yes, on his way through the basket, taking that drive and talking about tradition. That's just the sort of thing that the guards for the St Kilda club have always been able to do over the years, and that's put the head down and drive hard to the basket, take the bump and finish it off.
So Wayne Larkin scores his 4th point, but it's 89-55. The Adelaide team in the lead. Seven minutes 20 remaining to 3/4 time. Al Green, 36 is really moving this ball around. Mackay. Gee, no player in this side is shy.
No, every player has the confidence to shoot from outside, and with a security blanket of Davis and Jones getting underneath just in case they do miss, these boys know that they can shoot with confidence, and most shooting ability is a confidence thing.
So St Kilda shooting only 36% to Adelaide 64, and it's 91-58. Adelaide holding that very, very strong advantage. Al Green trying to increase that lead, but the rebound pulled down by Breheny. On the fast break with Slusher on his left. Slusher drove for the layup and 2 points, but charged with a charging foul, Mike Slusher. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, that's great defence by Mike Mackay. He could see that the 2-on-1 situation, he makes good defensive position there, and Mike Slusher came through with the layup, but was penalised by the referee for that charge, and that's top defence, Mike Mackay.
James, beautifully played in. Davis, look at him battling there for possession. The Slusher came away with it. The bounce favoured Garber. Now Breheny on the Pearce, and Breheny puts it away for his 13th point. And it's 91-62.
Nice shot by Breheny, off balance, good defence by the Iceman Darryl Pearce, forcing Breheny to take that step away, slightly off balance, but he was equal to it and put it through the hole.
Slusher pulls down the rebound from the 3-point attempt from Pearce. Flick pass from Templeton. Breheny drove and in for another 2 points. And so a little bit of that traditional play by St Kilda, a bit of that aggression started to creep back in, but I think the horses bolted. Pearce, another 3-point attempt that's not successful, and that in fact will be a St Kilda ball from the side. Ball into play by Larkins, combining with Garber. 91-64 the scoreline. Templeton laid it off for Slusher with a turnaround shot for 2 more. So Slusher hits double figures. 91-66 with just over 5 minutes remaining for 3/4 time. Mackay. Davis looking very nonchalant the way he pulled that ball down. Jones again with a turnaround shot that's not on target. Slapped away by Templeton. Oh, here's an uncontested layup. In fact, a slam dunk by Steve Breheny to give him 17 points. And some slack defence that time by Adelaide. This is the crucial stage of the game, as we spoke about earlier, where Ken Cole will insist on his players really killing St Kilda off with.
Yes, Ken Cole would be very disappointed at the lack of perhaps discipline, perhaps lack of aggression by the 36ers at this particular point in time. A couple of turnovers, a couple of very loose passes. The only really thing that he would be pleased about is the number of rebounds that Adelaide are taking, 38 to 24. But Daryl Pearce missed another three-pointer, and his shooting percentage is way down tonight, and that's something that must be a bit of a worry.
So Jones pulled out the 39th rebound for the 36ers. Green goes all the way for another 2. And he's well on target to maintaining that 30-point average in the National League. He scored 26 points, 93-68. Adelaide just 7 points shy of the ton. Oh, bad misunderstanding there with Templeton and Larkins. Peter Wayne. Tips the shot from outside. Never looked on target. And you've guessed it, it's Mark Davis that pulls down the 40th rebound. 18 personal rebounds. And a bit of a rebound off the floor by Dean Templeton.
Yeah, intentional foul called on Dean Templeton. And he goes across and just perhaps leans in with the shoulder just to give Mike Mackay a bit of a hurry on. And Dean Templeton's well known for his physical approach to the game. I don't really think it is going to lift the St Kilda team, but could spur on Mike Mackay to even greater heights, and he's played really well tonight.
In fact, it's Mackay on the line. Well, he mentioned, Lynn, that this side is not shy. Daryl Pearce has put up 20 shots from the quarter tonight. He's only been successful on 8 occasions, shooting 40%, but that just goes to show the confidence of this side that they're prepared to put it up from anywhere.
Yes, I think the point that I was trying to make was that usually when Daryl has an uncontested shot, he would be expected to hit probably about 70% from out there, and for him, given his opportunities tonight, that is not a good scoring percentage for him.
Breheny, outlet pass. Garber, lob pass for Peter Wayne. You can see the pressure that's put on, but they finally get the tip in.
Yes, I like Peter Wayne. He's prepared to take the ball inside, and whilst he's intimidated, he's still prepared to go in there and put the shot up and not worry about the defensive player as perhaps some of the other St Kilda people are, and I like his aggression.
Garber, 94-72, with just over 3 minutes remaining to three-quarter time. Beautiful pass for Larkins, but the recheck by Bill Jones.
What great defence by Bill Jones. He didn't really see that the ball had gone inside until right at the last minute.
It was an excellent pass.
Beautiful pass. You can see Jones all of a sudden realises that pass has gone inside, and up he goes and swats it away.
So a timeout called. It's 94-72 with Adelaide in the lead.
Defence down this end of the court, which we're not doing. We're standing back and letting them take whatever they pretty please there. And offensively, rather than make it move and pick the good stuff and get a balance inside and outside, we're just taking everything from outside now. We're just jacking it up all the time from outside. Just get some good...
See if you've got your man covered, or you can tell the other guys in the back if you need some help. Offensively, fellas, as long as we get ourselves balanced and look for the best shot, no trouble scoring. But we've got to do the job down here in defence, all right? We've done it the last 4 or 5 times, so just keep it up. Let's set ourselves a target. 3 minutes to go, all right?
Better do than we're playing. Now, who have you got, Bill? 15. Okay, well, you don't want 15. You want you. Okay. Okay, let's match them up as we go back out there on the floor. Who have you got?
So St Kilda get the ball rolling again. That's Breheny in possession. Got a blocking foul on the St Kilda defence. Personal foul for Wade Larkins. Ray Wood bringing the ball up. Pearce tried to find Green, in turn found Wood. Oh, gee, there's some work down there. The tip in by Bill Jones. In fact, it's been credited to Mark Davis for 28 points. Garber. So 20 rebounds. 20 and 25 points. It's a marvellous effort from Mark Davis.
Mark Davis is looking very aggressive on the offensive boards tonight, and he's making great position. Pass there goes in from Daryl Pearce, spins on the turnaround jump shot and is fouled and goes to the line. And he's very strong down there. When he gets the ball in, he's being able to spin and just bank the shot nicely off the backboard. Very strong, and St Kilda really don't have anybody that can keep Mark Davis held to one spot, let alone try and block the shot.
Davis successful.
26 points for the ball game to Mark Davis.
26 points, 97-74 Adelaide. Skipping away with this ball game. Peter Wayne, screen was set up by Garber. Dimitita dumped it inside for Breheny. That shot's well short. And look at Green on the fast break. Davis laid it up beautifully.
Diamantina had no hope at all in stopping that shot.
So Dimittina controlling possession for St Kilda. Wayne. Garber inside for Breheny with a turnaround shot for 2 more. 19 points for Steve Breheny. It's 99-76. Just over a minute and a half remaining to 3/4 time. Bill Jones can't hit the ton for the 36ers. St Kilda coming out of that defensive situation on offense now. Templeton. Breheny. 3-second violation on Steve Breheny. Pearce. Wood. Green. He attempts a 3-pointer, not successful. Templeton doing a ton of work on the boards for St Kilda. Trying to find an avenue to the hoop, but not successful. Steve Breheny. And Garber comes in the back door for 2 more.
22 points for the ball game.
So 99-78, 50 seconds remaining to the break. Pearce. That brings up the 100 with the 3-pointer. It's 102-78.
22 points for the ball game.
It's his 4th 3-pointer of the night, Daryl Pearce. Wayne. That's well short. Pearce for the rebound. And that's a dreadful pass. So this is where the discipline's got to come in. Ken Cole will impress that on them at 3/4 time, I'm sure, as Garber comes away with his 26th point of the match. It's 102-80. 14 seconds remaining. Al Green with the hook shot for 2 more. And the crowd love it.
26 points for the ball game.
So the final attempt, not successful. So as they go to the 3/4 time break, it's the Adelaide 36ers with a 24-point break, 104-80.
Yeah, Coley would not be happy with that quarter as the Sixers. That was terrible.
Come over and sit down. Listen, you right there, Jeff? Listen, we have not run that 3rd quarter very well 3 or 4 times now, but we've certainly run the 4th quarter.
They got outscored in that.
Finish this game
period, 36-30.
Right out. The 4th quarter's the one that we've got to own every game, and we want to remain invincible in that 4th quarter. So come at them very, very hard out of the back court. Push it down hard every time. The break is starting to open up more and more and more behind, okay? So keep running at them hard. Mark will take, you take Breheny and you take Gerber, which I take Breheny. You take Breheny, you take Gerber, the other American, okay? Ray, you get the little guard outside, and you get the forward. You got whoever, Wayne, and you got the forward. Okay, push it at him hard out of the back court, okay? And then
You get out there, Wayne, all right? Wayne, you pick him up as much as you can. Let's extend it. Lower it. Let's just tentatively extend the zone a bit, all right? Just extend it. So, Slush, you make sure that you get back in the back. And when Steve comes back, then you switch, all right? No, you can stay through. You go right and very back, all right? You stay in the middle. You come up a bit. Dean, you and Peter Wayne, you extend extend it a bit, and Wayne, you get up to the floor a bit, all right? As soon as the guys on the weak side, just get back and sit the ball down the floor hard.
Thank you.
Run at them all the time. Keep the tempo up.
On the floor. When you get down here, get your hands up.
So as the players come out for the final term of this match from the Apollo Stadium in Adelaide, I'd say that third term would be one that Ken Cole would not be impressed with. In fact, the Adelaide 36ers were outscored to the tune of 36-30 in that third term then.
And it was a terrible quarter for the 36ers. Conversely, it was a good quarter by St Kilda, but I think rather than St Kilda lifting, I think it was a situation where the Sixers let their concentration lapse and let St Kilda back into the game. They didn't have the same desperation that they've had for the first half, throwing up a lot of bad shots. There were quite a few turnovers, and the discipline just wasn't there in that third quarter, and I think that Ken Cole would have really spoken to his players at that break. Ball goes inside to our green. Up he goes, he's fouled, and look at that, he's even got enough time to recover and try and put up that second effort. We see some technical fouls being called on the bench.
2 technical fouls being called on the bench.
And it's on the St Kilda bench as Eddie Beckham's has a chat with Ian Turner, and Andy doesn't look all that impressed.
At the line.
So Al Green now goes to the line. Not really capitalising on it. So the desperation really evident now on the St Kilda side with the 2 technical fouls. So Adelaide will now get the ball back on halfway.
Certainly St Kilda have done well to be only 23 points down at this stage of the game, because really the way the game has been played, the Sixers should probably have been 40 or 50 up at this particular stage.
13 points.
So 4 assists to Al Green and 27 points. Davis has scored 30. And Garber has hit his 28th point, so he really has come on after a very slow start.
Yes, we didn't see very much of him in that first half. Put up a few bad shots that didn't look like scoring, but certainly in that third quarter, Lee Garber has risen to the occasion, but not to be outdone. Al Green goes all the way with that strong left hand that he has.
109-84. Adelaide holding that lead with 10 minutes remaining. Steve Breheny. Yes, he handled that and controlled it very well indeed. For his 21st point. 109-86 as the Iceman puts one up. His 5th three-pointer. His 5th three-pointer of this match for 20 points. There's the turnaround shot from Peter Wayne. So they're trading their baskets now with monotonous regularity. 112-88 the scoreline. And despite rather stern words by Ken Cole at three-quarter time, that discipline still hasn't resurrected itself at this Adelaide camp. One for the crowd from Mark Davis, but the basket won't count. So Wayne Larkins picks up his 4th personal foul. As we get a side ball, the inbounds pass is meant for Mark Davis. But in fact, St Kilda come away on offence again. Well, Peter Wayne's aggression didn't pay off on that occasion. As Ray Wood on the break, 1 on 3, drove all the way for the layup and missed the 2-pointer. Larkin. Good hands by Pearce. Wayne kept it in well. Steve Breheny tried to effect the hook shot and has drawn the foul.
Second personal foul.
Well, there goes Steve Breheny up, and Peter Adelaide with an arm on the shooting hand of Steve Breheny, and I think there was probably a little bit of a push there. And St Kilda did really well to keep the ball in play there. I think young Peter Wayne travelled along the baseline, but wasn't picked up by the referees, and he was able to throw the ball back into Steve Breheny, who made really good offensive position.
Well, an interesting statistic as we see Garber pick up the rebound and 2 points. 11 turnovers to Adelaide, 7 to St Kilda. That is a statistic that would not be impressing the Adelaide coach.
No, certainly in tonight's game especially, those turnovers aren't coming from forced errors. They're coming from unforced errors, and that's the sort of thing that really is disappointing from a coach's point of view.
So a great assist from Al Green, his 5th of the match, and Peter Adelaide scores his first 2-pointer after coming on from the bench. Loss of possession, but St Kilda will get the ball back from the side. Breheny looking inside for Slusher, but a white ball.
Daryl Pearce helping out, got a hand to the ball and dropped it right back onto Mike Slusher's foot. So a bit of luck for the 36ers as they come into offense.
Al Green dumped it off for Pearce. 3-point attempt, not successful. Green with the rebound. Scores the 2 points. We'll get a trip to the free throw line as well.
Great offensive rebound by Al Green. Throws the feint, up he goes, is fouled, and he's got such good control that he was able to convert the basket and go to the line for the bonus shot and makes no mistake.
So 32 points for Al Green. 5 assists as we mentioned earlier. The turnaround shot from Peter Wayne wasn't successful, but they regained possession from the side. 117 to 91.
And Al Green in the last few games has come very close to achieving the triple. That is leading the scoring, picking up the highest number of rebounds, and then making the best number of assists. So he really has been the all-round complete player for the Adelaide West End 36ers.
Steve Breheny. 26 points for Steve Breheny. Al Green. Peter Adelaide. Green with a 3-point attempt. Look at that rebounding strength again of Davis. Scores the foul as well. He's in the act of shooting, so he'll go to the line.
Lee Garber said, "I didn't foul him, ref, I got a hand on the ball." But Ian Turner was adamant that there was contact, and Davis goes to the line.
So a substitution as Mike Slusher goes off and Peter Pollock comes on. Pollock will be wearing the number 9 singlet of the famous St Kilda Pumas.
Mark Davis at the line.
Mark Davis has just pulled out his 22nd rebound. And he's just failed in his attempt of scoring his 31st point. Can he do it on this occasion? Yes, he's done it. So it's 118 to 93 with just over 7.5 minutes remaining in this match at the Apollo Stadium in Adelaide. Fake thrown by Peter Wayne. Larkin. Pollock tried to come in the back door. Well, he had 2 goes to try and maintain possession and finally lost it.
That was unlucky for the Pumas. The pass was perhaps not as accurate as it should have been, because the old pick off of that high post on the weak side is usually a sure 2 points.
Ray Wood with another 2-pointer. And he's hit double figures. Scoreline, Adelaide 120, St Kilda 93.
Intentional foul there on Daryl Pearce. The ball went inside to Lee Garber, and Daryl Pearce, caught in bad defensive position, just came straight across the arms of Lee Garber, who goes now to the line to try and score and reduce the deficit of St Kilda.
He's scored 30 points so far in this match. as the home fans give him a little bit of a rev as he goes on the trip to the free throw line.
Well, those 30 points have mainly come in the second half because certainly he didn't have very much influence at all on this game in that first half.
Well, Ian Turner showing a bit of skill there as well. Putting it in to bring the net down, and the home fans go into action again, and that time they did put him off. Al Green. Great play, Al Green.
What a superb move by Al Green. He was just going to control the ball and let the defence get out of position. Nice little back turn, drove all the way to the basket, and the defence at that other end had sort of forgotten about Mr. Magic. Not to be outdone, Lee Garber straight back at the other end, grabs hold of the offensive rebound. Up he goes, but is fouled there by Mark Davis, and he is now on the line.
And gets the bonus. So 36 points for Lee Garber, 122 to 97. Adelaide in the lead, Al Green. Pearce through the fake, came inside the line and put away another two-pointer. 22 points, 124 to 97. Larkins brings the ball up to Breheny. And that's against Peter Ally.
Peter Ally not too happy with that call. Ian Turner standing directly behind Peter Ally and possibly using the X-ray eyes to determine that there was contact made there.
Steve Breheny. Pollock dumped it inside for Breheny. He was under pressure. And again, the 24th rebound in the match for Mark Davis. Ray Wood. There's no doubt that he's on target tonight as well.
Faked the pass down to Daryl Pearce. The defence made the necessary adjustment to give Ray Wood a chance, and Ray Wood makes no mistake when he's got a couple of yards in which to get the shot away.
Garber, unopposed, hits his 38th point. Well, we mentioned the average 40 in his two outings last weekend. Early in that first half, we probably wouldn't have given him a chance to be up near that average in this match tonight, but he's hit 38. At this stage of the match, but it's 126 to 99.
And a lot of frustration there from Peter Pollock because Daryl Pearce puts up a terrible shot here, and really there was no way that he was going to make that basket. But Peter Pollock came on and fouled, gives Daryl Pearce the opportunity to score from the foul line. And we see a substitution with Ray Wood leaving the floor and young David Spear, the guard, coming in to make his presence on the court for the first time this evening.
The side leading 126 to 99. As Daryl Pearce is successful on that occasion. Larkins driving all the way. Not successful with the layup. Green. Well, that was never on. So the charging foul on Peter Pollock. 5:21 remaining. As Pearce brings the ball in court again through Spear. Ally. Quick hands that time. And the foul on Peter Wayne. So Mark Davis going to the foul line. He really has had an outstanding match. He's contributed around about more than half of the 53 rebounds that Adelaide have pulled down tonight. And he's also scored 31 points into the bargain. He's thrown that into 32. As it's 128 to 99. Garber, Larkin, and I'm sure that coach Ken Cole would not be impressed with the certain amount of lack of discipline of the 36ers tonight as the travel call on Peter Wayne, despite the fact that they are leading by 29 points.
Yes, it is difficult because Ken, I think, would be looking to get all his players a run. He has brought on young David Spear for the first time. But as you say, he would not be a happy coach given the amount of unforced errors.
Darryl Pearce through the fake, unloaded at the spear. And he started very confidently. As I mentioned earlier, everyone in this side can put a shot up.
Yes, David Spear hasn't seen a lot of court time on the home games here at Apollo for the 36ers, but he is a very valuable member of the team, along with everybody else. Goes out to training 4 or 5 times a week, and the whole team relies on everybody putting in their contribution, and 4 marks to young David Spear.
So Peter Allied shows his 4th personal foul. As Steve Breheny goes to the line. The chance to bring up St Kilda's 100th point. And he's done it. He scores his 27th personal point in this match. So it's 130 to 101 with Adelaide in the lead. Peter Allied, strong play. Davis. Allied with the rebound and the foul on Garber. So Peter Allied will make the trip to the line.
Peter Allied making a lot of opportunity underneath there for Davis. He gets the ball in the high post, and the defence knows that they've got to come to Peter Allied or he'll put the ball in the hole from there, and he just dumped the ball underneath to Mark Davis, who was able to get the shot away. Peter Allied chased it and was fouled, attempting to score from his own offensive rebound.
Lynn, this just typifies the bench strength of the Adelaide 36ers. We've just seen Al Green go off the court. We saw Ray Wood go off earlier, and Mark Davis went off, and on comes Bill Jones and Mike Mackay. How about that for strength?
Yes, it's certainly like having a fleet of exotic vehicles in the fleet, because every time a Mercedes-Benz goes off, they're replaced by another one, and there's none of the lesser vehicles that are coming on in replacement.
Peter Wayne trying to get it inside for Breheny. Mike Mackay sees the foul go against Wayne. So Mike Mackay will make that trip to the line.
Foul number 15, Peter Wayne. 4th personal. Timeout, Sixers.
You know, this is not garbage time or anything else. This is exact. We want to play this hard all the way out. Davey, try and get the ball into David's hands, fill the lanes hard. Billy in the low post, Craig up high, Michael on a wing, Daz on a wing, okay? You've got your man, you've got your matchups defensively. Keep playing properly all the way through. Nothing careless, play it hard all the way through, all right?
You're in the back, you're in the back, you're in the middle, all right? Get your hands up, talk up the back of the zone, ready to box out, all right? By all means on offense, make sure we stay disciplined. Stay disciplined, all right? So make sure we run our offense, still look for the good balance shots. If they're not there, kick them on, and keep going, all right?
Just because the game's over doesn't mean we start to throw a crapper. Work the ball.
Thank you.
Mike Mackay at the line, 1-1.
So Mike Mackay on the free throw line and can't convert it. 130 to 101. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Garber. Well, he's certainly come back with a vengeance, and that's kept up that percentage, or the average of last weekend's outings against Geelong and Melbourne, where he averaged 40. He's just hit his 40th point. David Spear saw the alley. Well, a little bit of lack of experience there on David Spear's behalf. Dimatina brings the ball back over halfway. Breheny for Dimatina. Peter Wayne inside for Breheny. He's got to contend with Bill Jones, but he's overcome that for 2 points. So 30 points for Breheny as well. 25-point margin that Adelaide enjoy at the moment. 3 minutes remaining. Mackay. Spear for Pearson outside. And it's Peter Wayne that pulls down the defensive rebound. Chris Dimatina brings it up over halfway.
No one on the defensive boards for the West End 36ers. Darryl Pearce comes all the way, fills it out there to Mike Mackay, who makes 2 points off the glass.
27-point margin. But Adelaide enjoy 2.5 minutes remaining. Well, Dibatina doesn't muck around. This gives him 6 points for the match. Pearce inside for Jones. Quick pass for Mackay. He's attempted the three-pointer and he likes it.
And young Mike Mackay is certainly enjoying himself tonight. He's hit several three-pointers and certainly been a very aggressive player for the West End 36ers. And as we mentioned earlier, he must be one of the leading contenders for the Rookie of the Year award.
28-point margin that Adelaide have skipped away to. About a minute and a half remaining. Peter Wayne not on target. Mackay with the rebound. Unselfish play. And the new player on the court, Craig Catworthy. And you can see the great jubilation and team spirit in this team as Catworthy comes on the court and scores through the great assist by Mike Mackay.
Yeah, that was a lovely move. Mike Mackay grabbed the defensive rebound, ran into the fast break, classic 3-on-1 fast break, and Craig Catworthy fills that inside lane, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's Craig Catworthy's first 2 points in the NBL.
And I think he enjoyed it as well. He's got a chance to turn that into 3. He's thoroughly enjoying that out there at the moment. We've got the slight delay as we see the substitution coming on. Lemanis for St Kilda. So Catworthy to the line. Can't convert the three-point play. 138 to 107. It's Adelaide with the ascendancy. Dibatina puts it up and it's short. Jones struggled for the rebound. Lemanis. Dibatina. Pollock. Catworthy making his mark on the game. Mackay. He's had a strong all-round performance again with another 2 points. Great layup by Mike Mackay. That gives him 27 points. David Spear for Mackay. Breheny. For Garber. Despite the attempts of Bill Jones. .140 to 109 into the final half minute. Pearce. Another two-pointer.
Pearce was looking for the roll-off from Jones then, but he had enough control when Jones wasn't there to put the ball in the hole himself.
Dibatina. Breheny, turnaround shot, it's short. And that will be a white ball with 15 seconds remaining. So we'll see Adelaide use this up as they lead 142 to 109. Pearce for Jones, and he's converted it. So Pollock, Breheny, not successful. It's Adelaide maintaining second spot on the ladder with a win 144 to St Kilda's 109.
St Kilda, 11 points, number 5, Mike Slusher. 6 points to Chris Dibatina, 5 points to Wayne Larkin, 17 points to Chris Dibatina, 30 points to Steve Breheny.
Well, Mark, the 36ers maintained second place on the ladder, but how impressed was Ken Cole about your performance out there tonight?
Well, you know, he wanted me to rebound as much as I possibly can because the last week, you know, they only had me down for 10 rebounds. And I was just trying to pick up my rebound statistics, you know, and try to work hard under the boards and provide the team with a little bit of strength on the inside. You know?
Well, I don't think anyone doubted your performance out there tonight, but how impressed was he with the overall team performance?
Well, you know, he think that we did a pretty good job, you know, because we're getting tuned up for Nalawani tomorrow, which is going to be a pretty big game. But, you know, we just taking one game as it comes, you know, and with the guys, you know, doing real good jobs like Darryl Pierce and Al Green and Bill Jones, you know, everything will be all right.
Mark, just 8 or 10 weeks ago, you were an unknown quantity in Australian basketball, languishing with South Adelaide in the local competition here. But just what have you thought of your debut year in the National League?
Well, it's been good, you know. It's been picking up my form a little bit, you know, and I'm trying to just get myself together, you know, and I like playing in the better competition. The National League is the better competition that's here in Australia. So, you know, it's been pretty good, and I'm glad I just had the opportunity to play in it.
You've picked a reasonably good side to join too. You've got great bench strength as well as your starting five, and that all goes well for the playoffs.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, how do you rate Adelaide's chances for 85?
Well, I like our chances, and we're going to give it 100% once we, you know, get there. So, you know, we're just going to give it 100% and hope that the best results happen. I think we'll do well.
Mark, Adelaide pretty well on target now for probably a place in the final on September 7. But what happens to you after the final? I believe that you've got prospects in the United States.
Yes, once after the finals is over, I'll fly back to Los Angeles and try out with one of the professional teams the last week in September called the Los Angeles Lakers. So, you know, I'm just glad I have the opportunity to go back and try out for one of the teams.
How important do you think on that basis your stint in Australia has been in preparation for that?
It's been good, you know. It's been helping me mature my game here. You know, my game has matured quite a bit, you know, and it's just been getting me right back just the way I want to be, you know. So when I go back to the States, you know, I'll be just set. You know, Australia has a very good basketball league out here.
Well, Mark, I know that it's a very tight league with a few matches remaining up to the playoffs. But at this stage, would you care to nominate the team that you fear the most as far as trying to stop Adelaide's chance for the title?
Adelaide 36ers don't fear nobody. We want to give everybody a good way to go.
Okay, well, all the very best in the next few weeks.
Thanks a lot. Take care.